Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Now, we start with a developing story right now. A teenager is facing charges after leading Vandenberg County deputies on a high-speed chase. Deputies say they tried to stop a car near the intersection of First Avenue and Mill Road last night. They say the driver took off down State Road 66, reaching speeds of more than 100 miles per hour.
Deputies say they used stop sticks to slow down that driver. Eventually, the driver lost a tire and crashed into a guardrail near Mesker Park Drive, which is what you're seeing here. Deputies say the 16-year-old was taken to the hospital and then later released to the youth care center. Officials say that car was reported stolen earlier that night.
Now, switching tracks here, the Ronald McDonald Care Mobile has added a new location to its calendar. The fully equipped medical clinic on wheels is bringing free care to eligible women and babies up to 12 months old. Now, the program is meant to help families who may have trouble with transportation, costs, or finding nearby providers and coming directly into the community. Now, the Care Mobile will be set up at the North Main McDonald's location every fourth Thursday.
Yeah, clinic leaders say these visits really highlight the urgency of addressing the infant mortality rate in the area by providing more education and resources for new moms. Now, you can find the full mobile clinic schedule on our website, 14news.com.
Now, for something a little more lighthearted here, switching over to Owensboro for our final headline. Happening now, nearly 1,000 youth archers are in Owensboro for a big competition. Now, this is the 11th year that the Owensboro Convention Center has hosted the Scholastic 3D Archery Group.
Yeah, students from across the country are here competing over 2 days, trying to win that prestigious title of National Indoor Champion. In years past, city tourism leaders say the tournament has generated thousands of dollars in economic impact for Owensboro. So if you want to go watch, maybe you don't have anything to do this weekend, these kids are pretty talented. Visitors can buy some tickets for those contests at the door. The first arrow will fly tonight at 6.
Very, very cool. Well, of course, we've got a lot more stuff happening around the Tri-State today. We got our reporters and photographers spread out across the area. So be sure to circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
All right, do not go anywhere. Right after the break, meteorologist Arden Gregory will give you a look at your 14 First Alert forecast.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the Owensboro riverfront. Beautiful blue skies overhead there, and we've got a lot of sunshine in the forecast through the next couple of days. So tomorrow and Saturday, absolutely beautiful. Lots of sunshine, temperatures warming into the mid 60s. Enjoy that while we have it, because the rest of the weekend and into next week, not looking so great. A cold front will pass through the Tri-State Saturday night, and look at the impact that has on our temperatures. We drop about 20 degrees from Saturday to Sunday. There's also an isolated chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday, and that is just the first in a long line of rain chances, because we're then going to get stuck in an unsettled weather pattern that brings us at least an isolated chance of rain, if not a better, every single day next week. So we're really headed toward kind of a damp and gloomy next week. So enjoy the beautiful sunny spring-like weather the next couple of days while we've got it. We did have some rain roll through the tri-state this morning, as expected, mainly from about 3 to 7 a.m. is when most of that rain moved through. Then it pushed off to the southeast by about 8 or 9 o'clock this morning, and we've been dry ever since. The clouds followed that rain right on out of here, and most of today has actually been sunny, and it's still sunny out there right now. Our temperatures under all that sunshine have climbed into the mid to even upper 50s, depending on your location. It's 56 right now in Oakland City, Newburgh, and Owensboro. Evansville, one of the cooler spots at 54. It's a little warmer out in Mount Vernon at 59. Greenville and Dundee up to 58. Now, as we go through the rest of this evening, our temperatures will start to drop back through the 50s and the 40s. We'll eventually bottom out in the mid 30s by the end of the night tonight. It will be clear and calm. We may see some patchy fog developing late tonight into early tomorrow morning, but I don't think it's going to be a widespread problem. Then on Friday, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather. Sunny skies, a warm breeze flowing in from the south-southwest is pulling warm southerly air up into the tri-state. That brings us very spring-like temperatures with highs in the mid-60s, and we'll hit the mid-60s again on Saturday. That's about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of year. Now, as that cold front moves through on Saturday, we do see a drop of about 20 degrees. So Sunday and Monday we'll be back down into the mid to upper 40s. Then we start to gradually warm back up as we go through the middle of next week. But as I mentioned, next week is looking rather rainy. We're going to stay dry the rest of today, tonight, tomorrow, and most of Saturday. Those rain chances start to kick back in Saturday night, and then we've got isolated to scattered rain chances every single day then moving forward into next week. So let's talk a little bit more about those rain chances. We do have a cold front that's going to push through the tri-state Saturday night. You can see that shift in our wind direction. We're going to have warm air flowing in from the south out ahead of it Friday and Saturday. That's why it's going to be so nice and warm. Then behind that, our wind direction changes. Colder air starts flowing in from the north. That's where we get that 20-degree drop in our temperatures from Saturday to Sunday. Now, as we're making that change, we could see some very isolated rain showers from Saturday evening through the overnight hours Saturday night. It's going to be pretty spotty. Many of us will stay dry. Once that cold front pushes off to the south, then most of Sunday will still be cloudy but dry. So most of the day on Sunday will probably be dry. Then our next chance of rain starts to push back in from the west overnight Sunday night into Monday morning. As of right now, it looks like the wintry weather is going to stay to our north. Some of the models are bringing that snow pretty close to the far northern edge of the tri-state. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's possible, especially north of 64, we could maybe see a little bit of wintry weather mixing in Monday morning, but as of right now, I really think it's probably going to be all rain Sunday night into Monday morning. Then notice this is what we call a stationary front. So not really a warm front or a cold front. It's not forcing a change either way. It's just kind of this boundary. And along that boundary, we often will see rain. And the problem is this boundary doesn't go much of anywhere. It starts to lift to the north, but it never really clears our region. So we still have scattered rain in the forecast Monday night and into Tuesday. Again, some folks to the south may get a bit of a break as that lifts to the north, but it doesn't stay gone. By Tuesday into Wednesday, it starts to dip back down to the south, bringing that rain back down into the tri-state again. And as this just kind of wobbles over the tri-state, we continue to see round after round of rain chances all the way through the rest of next week. So it starts with that isolated chance of rain Saturday night. Most of Sunday will be dry, but then Sunday night on, we get caught in this just kind of wobbly weather pattern where we see round after round after round after round of just scattered rain chances moving through the tri-state. Now by Thursday of next week, as we warm up a bit, temperatures climbing into the 60s, we get a little more energy in the atmosphere. We could maybe get a few thunderstorms, but as of right now, it looks like any chance of severe weather on Thursday will probably stay down to the southwest, closer to places like Arkansas or even Texas, so outside of the tri-state. Checking in on the comments here. Let's see. Zach Seats asking if it's going to be a total washout next week or if it's going to be periods of rain. Also asking about thunderstorms. So as I just mentioned, I wouldn't rule out a few rumbles of thunder on Thursday. I think it'll probably be mainly just rain, but it's possible we could get some thunderstorms on Thursday. I think any chance of severe weather will stay to our southwest on Thursday. As for the rain, the week will not be a total washout. As that kind of stationary boundary wobbles back and forth across the tri-state, we will have times where the rain lifts to the north, then drops back down to the south, and so we will get rounds of rain, but it's not going to be a complete and total washout every day. There will certainly be periods of dry time. Some days we'll have more dry time than others, but every single day, at some point, whether it's early in the morning or later in the evening, at some point every day, we will probably see some rain. And even when it's not raining, I don't think the clouds are going to clear. So that's one thing I don't think we'll see. Soak up that sunshine today, tomorrow, and Saturday, because once we get to Sunday and beyond, I really think it's going to stay very cloudy across the tri-state. We may not see the sun much or at all as we go through all of next week. And then again, that rain will be just kind of on and off, but there is at least a chance every single day. Moving into the extended outlook, I will say, I showed you we warm back into the 60s on Thursday. The extended outlook then from Friday the 6th through next weekend does show a trend toward above average temperatures continuing. So that warmer air warming up into the 60s there on Thursday, that warmer air seems like it may hang around on through the weekend. However, we're also outlooked for above average precipitation. So it does seem like it's not just through Thursday. That's how far out the 7-day forecast goes. But even beyond that, it seems like this wet weather pattern may stick with us all the way through next weekend and maybe even into the start of the following week. The Climate Prediction Center has placed the tri-state in an area that is outlooked for the possibility of some heavy rain. Now, you'll notice the greatest risk of that is down to the southwest, but the tri-state still included there in that potential for some heavy precipitation, and that could be any time from Friday, March 6th, all the way up through Tuesday, March 10th. So next weekend and even into the start of the following week, we could be hung up in this pattern of wet, rainy weather where we continue to see just round after round of rainfall. And especially when you see those temperatures warming up, warmer air can hold more moisture. So oftentimes warmer temperatures would also lead to heavier rain and maybe some thunderstorm chances too. So right now, I think most of next week, we're just talking about, kind of on and off, light kind of scattered rain. But as we get toward the end of next week and those temperatures warm into those 60s, so from Thursday through next weekend, it is possible that we could maybe see some heavier rain or some thunderstorms. But again, as of right now, not expecting severe weather of any kind. Steve is asking about snow on the 10th. So you're talking about, what would that be, next Tuesday? Right, so not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday after that, if I'm picturing the calendar in my head right here, that's a long way off to be asking about snow, Steve. I will just straight up tell you, I don't know. I don't even know where you're getting that. So if somebody is telling you with any kind of confidence that we're going to get snow on March 10th, that person is definitely looking for clicks, okay? Because snow, that word in and of itself tends to drive engagement, right? We do have a rainy, warm pattern setting up. When that eventually kind of crashes back out, when we do have at some point, because at some point it will happen, we'll finally break free from this pattern. We'll have a cold front come through and colder, drier air will filter into the tri-state and kind of break this pattern of gradually warmer and weather that we've got in store this next week. When that happens, sometimes it is possible that we get a little bit of snow on the backside of something, especially if we have a low pressure system that moves through south of us and wraps some colder air up and around into that moisture. That's not something that I would rule out, and we do sometimes get snow into March. So I'm not going to say it won't happen, but it is far, far too early to be speaking with any confidence about anything that's going to happen on March 10th. It's still February, folks. So just take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if we're going to get snow on March 10th, and I would bet you whoever you're getting that from doesn't know either. So for right now, we're just going to focus on the next few days, which is gorgeous weather tomorrow and Saturday. Please get outside Friday and Saturday, even if it's just for a little bit, just to soak up those spring temperatures, but more importantly, the sunshine, because the spring temperatures will eventually come back. The sunshine might take a while, as we are looking ahead to kind of gloomy, dreary weather for much of next week. Lots of clouds, lots of rain, so just be prepared for that. All right, if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons will have an updated look at your forecast on 14 News tonight at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and he'll have another streaming show for you here tonight at 9. So if you do have any weather questions, you can ask those in the comment section tonight at 9, and Jeff will try to answer those for you then. All right? Thanks so much, guys. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and enjoy that beautiful weather tomorrow and Saturday.